Okay, Wreckreation. It is the Burnout-esque game from some of the original developers of Burnout who left EA and started their own studio a number of years ago and have put out a handful of games. This is I have been enjoying my time with this, and it's also it's rough around the edges. But yeah, so I'm back and forth on it a little bit. Let's play the PlayStation version, which is I'm not as far along on PlayStation as I am on PC, but we will get in here and give it a look. Let's see, turn that on. And then we will head over here. Hello, there's me. And yeah. So this is an open world driving game in the vein of Burnout Paradise. And it does a lot. It is also a little too loud in my headphones. There's a gate over here. But it's the budget on this doesn't feel like it is like massive. I don't really know, but the music is. In fact, I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit here. And
change your radio station in live mix. Mix my music.
Maybe that'll help here. There's like 10 people at that studio. Yeah, I mean the credits for this are like one page, and that includes the publisher credits. Like that's it. This is the extent of the credits on the game. It's like a pretty. It's kind of crazy. But yo, they sat down and said we're gonna make a new Burnout game, and they've said that this is now about the fourth time that they've said that in some different style. Their last game was a much more kind of closed off, like not a non-open world Burnout game. Oh god. Okay, we're down here now. I have not been down here on the beach. Okay, this is a collectible for the, we have a little bit of air control here, but I air controlled my way out of the way of the thing I was trying to get. Oh god. These pickups are unlockables for the creation tool set. Here, now we jumped over it. I opened my doors and, well, okay, we got a driveway out of it, so that's okay. You can L1 and R1 open your doors, which you can fucking open them in the air, and I think it is sort of a speed brake effect. Keep jumping over the thing. All right, we need a slower car. This is actually, I think this is literally the first car you start with, so I don't think the cars get too much slower than this. There. Platforms unlocked. There was also a billboard over there, so I needed to jump back across now to go do that. They've got multiple types of billboards in here, including, so like basically some that you need to be doing specific tricks to do. So you see this one references spinning and 720s. And so I need to be doing a flat spin through that billboard, I believe. I've had billboard like it's not always clear that that's the case because sometimes you just crash through them and it counts. But like, let's try it. I mean, let's just try crashing through this because I don't think it'll count. But maybe I'm crazy. Oh, get there.
There are 3 different types of recreation billboard to break.
Well, you don't see because
stunt. To claim the billboard, you must successfully land the required stunt.
Yeah.
Landing well without wrecking is key.
So, I need to spin to break this. All right. The physics got weird. There's been some occasional weird physics in this fucking thing. Mostly to its benefit, I would say, but occasionally I had to go bad in a race once, and you don't want to lose a race because things got weird. Oh, I hit the spin button, but I didn't
Successfully
do it.
landing the required stunt for
Gotta
a
do a
promo
flat
stunt
spin.
billboard earns you an extra chunk of boost too. You can do this in any of the events. It's a risk, but it might just pay off.
We're gonna need more room than that. That was only a 540. Fuck me. So I really gotta... Okay, all right. We might have to come back in a different car.
Wait a second. To perform an air
There.
brake, open your car doors as you jump through the air using the left and right buttons. But be sure to close them again before you land to pull off the stunt.
Okay. The map it seems like it could be very large, but none of it fills in until you get there. So like there is kind of a abundance of space up here to the north that I have not been to yet. There is minimal fast travel. There's some stuff in here you can kind of tell that they really believe in because it's choices they made in Burnout Paradise around when you can fast travel and how you change cars and stuff. You go like, man, there is a smoother, easier way to do this. That they instead say, hell no. You're like, well, wait, why? Why can't we just? Okay, this is the race I want to do because I want to unlock the faster version of this car. We can fast travel to gas stations and parking lots. Oh, there's actually like features and stuff that I have not unlocked yet because they're not showing. All right, they don't. Yeah. Like Burnout Paradise, it has the thing where they keep track of a bunch of road-specific records. Like, oh, you did this much oncoming distance on this road, and that's more than everyone else on your friends list or whatever. But that hasn't popped open yet. I've got it on PC, but I have not opened it up on PlayStation because, again, I've been mainly playing the PC version of the game. I've got a little stunt area up here, you know, some rings and such. And there's an event around earning stunt score. This is a car-specific challenge where if you win this event, you get a faster version of the car, which is an extremely
faster version of this car.
Burnout Paradise thing to do. That font. Also, I think that's a cool effect. Like the start line and the checkpoints are all big blocks that you crash through in world, which is like a cool fucking idea.
You've won the Drag King upgrade to the Solomon Hirsch Headbanger. More power, more speed. Get it at a parking lot now.
Are there any platform-specific advantages, PC versus console? I mean, so the PC, I think, looks a little sharper. It can obviously... This is a PlayStation 5 Pro that we're playing it on, and I don't think it's... The differences are not dramatic. I think there's, maybe the PC version might be a little sharper, and it has settings like a PC game has, right? But I think this version of the game looks fine as well. The thing I would say is the online stuff is a little different. On PC, it says join or create, whereas this has start matchmaking and create. So it doesn't look like this version will just give you a list of running games the way the PC version will, which I don't know if it's just a platform holder kind of requirement or what they... There's a gate here. It's got gates and billboards and all that Burnout Paradise stuff. I don't think it has power parking. I don't think it has the okay, let's spin out and because there's no cities. Maybe the criticisms I would lay at this thing so far is that it is this environment is pretty, as far as I can tell, pretty static throughout. Let's just teleport back to a gas station so we can change into our new car. Is this an AI voice? No, this is not an AI voice. This is the woman who did the tutorial voice in Burnout. They have specifically went out and... So we have old number 67 here. Which I'm going to guess is just a lucky accident on their part and not a very deliberate thing. I have a hard time believing that they went out of their way to go no, we're gonna that's another type of billboard. I mean, ultimately, they're all just billboards to be crashed through, but these billboards will, if you have other people on your friends list who are playing the game, which apparently I do not, this will sometimes show their records or their name, or it'll give you kind of updates on how they're doing. The other thing the game does that I think is it's handy but also kind of weird is that near every one of these billboards they already put a ramp.
There are 3 different types of Wreckreation billboards to break. That one was a rectacular. Sorry. These show which of your friends has landed the highest scoring stunt when smashing that billboard.
And so, it has, it's 48 cars, I think is what it is. So, as you're playing and finishing race events, you are upgrading your license, you are unlocking more cars. Some of the cars they will just give you, some of the cars drive around the environment and you have to knock them out to earn them. Again, extremely Burnout Paradise concepts on display here. And it has a lot of leaderboards and stuff built around your friends list, and so ultimately, this game is going to be at its best if you're interested in competing for race times with your friends. We'll switch over to PC. I just, the reason I'm not playing PC is because sometimes PC capture just doesn't run smoothly because I'm doing it all off the same machine. So, I knew PlayStation, the frame rate would not be an issue here, but maybe we'll switch over to that one in a little bit just to get a sense of some of the other stuff you unlock, unless I unlock it while we're playing here.
From
Let's
the map,
do a race.
You can find out how you're shaping up in the game by pressing the down button to access your stats.
But it's got races and it's got road rages. Again, like a Burnout game.
It's race time. Driving dangerously and aggressively will earn you the most boost. Be first over the finish line to earn the maximum.
I've lost this race multiple times. When you crash, you have after-touch control. Again, like Burnout, when I knock other people out, my boost bar gets longer. Again, like Burnout. Like, there's... If you played a lot of Burnout Paradise, I think it's very easy to see what they've made here. I think you'll wrap your mind around it pretty quickly. The catch on the other side of that, though, is I wonder if you haven't played a bunch of Burnout Paradise, like what this game must look like to you. Like why, you know, like the choices are so specific and deliberate in ways that I play it and go, fuck yeah. Like, man, they did this thing. And I like, but if you don't have that specific frame of reference, I wonder if you're going to look at it and go like, yeah, whatever. This is kind of, you know, it doesn't have enough races, doesn't have enough this, doesn't have enough that. Like, I think it's a game that's very easy. Oh God, this is why I lose this race every time. Fuck off the road. I think, you know, as I play more of this game, I think the music in it is fine. It's got a bunch of different radio stations and they're genre based or whatever, but like it is not. I am probably going to just turn the soundtrack off and yes, third place again.
King of the road.
This fucking race.
That win was all you needed to upgrade your Wreckreation license to a Class K.
They've got these live trophies over here. I guess these are...
Whoa, you've been awarded the Kurosawa Dragon, your very first car from the race class. With a top speed of 182 miles per hour and great acceleration, this should get you straight up to speed for your next race event.
Yeah, you know, I think I've got some playlists I would rather be listening to than the music in this game, so I'm probably just going to turn the music down. Oh. I wonder if I'd let off the gas and pop the doors if I could have hit that big spinning billboard in the air. Oh, this one has laps. Okay. I don't think I've seen a lap-based race before.
Watch out for wrecked vehicles from previous laps. Or even better, take your opponents down into them.
That's right. I killed that guy. Stay on the freaking road. Okay. Much like a game called I've seen some frame rate. The frame rate chunking up a little bit there. That does not happen on my personal computer. But it will do the thing where if you take someone down, it kind of drives for you invisibly for a few seconds. And so if you get way out of pocket trying to take somebody out, it will just magically put you back on the track and be like, oh, you're over here, you're fine. Which can really save your ass in some situations. Yeah, this is getting a little framey. So impact time and aftertouch, there was a little bit of it there, but not a bunch. But much like a game called Burnout Paradise, much like a game called Burnout, you can move your car after it crashes to try to kill people. I took that turn too wide. There's an off-road vehicle class that I wonder if I would be better off. What the fuck happened there? Oh, is there another guy like stopped there that I just didn't see? But it does not, as far as I can tell, it does not have the like Showtime mode, the like crash mode equivalent of Burnout Paradise. I don't believe that's in here. If it is, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know that that's. I don't know. Oh, I'm lapping these guys. I was like, why is that guy in fourth and I'm in third? I was like, okay, it's because... Well, wait, does that mean that this guy is a fucking lap ahead of me? Because I'm never going to win if that's the case. Miss a checkpoint or something? Crashed again. Yeah, I passed third place and I'm still in third place. Something horrendous has happened. Well, there's no way we're going to win this race. Let's see. I wonder if I just need to do more stuff. Here's a road rage. Let's go do that. You pre-ordered this game in August of 2022. Yeah, this game feels like it took forever to come. Like this, as far as I can tell, this game was originally the game announced as Dangerous Driving 2. And then, THQ picked up the rights to publishing. And then they have had it for a while as well. So, yeah, it definitely feels like this one has taken some time. But yeah, much like Dangerous Driving 1 was a Burnout 3 era Burnout game in, scope and design, this is, this is meant to be a Burnout Paradise-like.
This is a road rage. Hit the takedown target before time runs out, or your car is destroyed to earn maximum license points.
Get back on the track. Okay, now you die. Oh God. Yeah, a little framey in spots here on PlayStation. Oh God, I was trying to take that turn because all the road rage cars took turns there. Oh wait, I can drive through the gas station. It's so rare that this works out in my favor. I'm out of time. Doesn't matter. We got our number. Is there a marked man equivalent in this? I have not seen one yet.
Sweet. You've unlocked the Hooper Protino. The Hooper Protino is a classic muscle car.
I have not seen a marked man
at the front
style
and squealing tires at the back. The perfect combo.
Style
Put all
event
that weight
in
to
this.
good use and get
In
to
this, yeah.
smashing
I
other
don't know
cars
one
in
way or
road
the other.
rage events.
So here's kind of the other thing you can do in this game, and I imagine this must be one of those fundamental things that at the outset they decided this was how they wanted to make this game, and that's this live mix stuff. This is like a lot like the quick drop system in Skate. Let's try there. I feel like the camera control you have here isn't always conducive to you figuring out ramp distances and everything else for like, okay, I want to place a ramp so I can get on that rooftop. I mean, this isn't going to get us there because we have no boost. But
Gas stations are smaller parking lots where your most driven and newest vehicles can be found. Head to a bigger parking lot at a supermarket or hospital to find all your vehicles. And hey, don't forget, if you're in a hurry, you can fast travel to any parking lot you've already discovered.
okay, we need to... Oops. We're fine. This is fine. That'll count. Right? Right. Okay, I guess it suppressed the message, but it did gray out on the map at least, so we'll take it. And so that's, you know, you
Selecting Mix My Car in Live Mix lets you customize
you end up
your
unlocking
seat color
more and more
finish,
of this stuff.
Add a livery
you know,
option,
like
change the wheel paint, boost flame and brake lights, add a custom license plate, and even change how your engine and horn sound.
Nailed it. What else do we have? We have loops. We don't need a loop. Oops. Platforms. That's just a fucking big disc we can put in the sky. It gets a little extra framey here, huh? Now we're under the shadow of this big disc. Right? Yeah, there it is. There's our big disc. So eventually this... God damn it, I just want to crash this gate. I'm too stupid to just crash through the gate, man. Yeah, there we go. That'll count. Let's change cars. Let's take this one. Physics on car change has been the cool thing. Cars sticking together and exploding has been the fun, weird physics thing that I've seen most in this game. Yeah, close enough. Car's looking good. We're good. I'm gonna close that door. I'm gonna close that door. All right, we're fine.
So you found a new event on your map. Now all you gotta do is approach it and hold the brake and the accelerator down together to get going.
Anyway, what I was about to say is you... all those parts you can put down, you can also create your own races eventually. And eventually you get what's called sky track parts, where you can make gigantic tracks that are just above the ground. And the idea is that you can make tracks and then share them with your friends, and they will show up in your friend's world, I guess. And so there is this kind of like Hot Wheels-esque sort of thing happening with some of this track design that I think is really powerful if it's done right, but also it requires other people to be playing the game. And that... oh gosh. I'm used to the big wide drifts of the other car class. And this is a much tighter feel. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Oh. Hit him, hit him. Can I hit him? Get it, get back over. Ah, nope, nope. We can still catch up. We're not even halfway done with this. Take it. Come on, fucker. Shouldn't have done that. Here we go. Oh! Damn it. Fucking second place. God damn it. Okay, here we go. Here's the... so
Let
this
me
is
tell you
the...
about records. They're a new set of challenges for you and your friends, and every single road contains them. There are 8 different records to be set. Lots of different ways for you and your friends to compete.
So now you see we have all these per road records here. And so I can do some drifting here because there are no records on this track, on this particular stretch of road right now. And now I own the drift record amongst my friends, of which there are none playing the game on PlayStation. I have a couple of friends playing it on PC. A couple of Steam friends. It doesn't seem like it has crossplay. It's certainly not for the, you know, the records part of it. which, you know, it's all Unreal Engine and all that stuff. So, you know, I do kind of wonder, like, well, you know, hey, what it should have that. It should really have that. That's something they should add to this, because without it, it seems like it'll be kind of difficult. Let's switch back to this thing, and then, because this is actually the fastest car I have right now.
Wreckreation runs in real time, based on your machine's own time clock. But you can mix things up by changing the time of day in live mix.
You know, this whole, like, you know, so you have the live mix thing where you can put down ramps and everything. The Mix My Car thing lets you change the paint on your car and wheels and horn sound and stuff. You can set the time to whatever you want. You can set traffic however you want, because it's with time being set to your local time, the idea is that traffic will be heavier certain times of day. Right now, it seems to always default back to very light, like even when you pick dynamic, which is, I think, kind of a cool idea. And then you can choose if you know, what kind of weather you want. Like, I assume this just, like, goes when we hit it. It just goes and starts raining, but let's see. Yeah. Weather changes everything, I'm told.
Wreckreation runs a dynamic weather cycle. Change the current weather via live mix, Mix My Weather.
We'll set it to realistic. And then, like, you can rename the city. If that's it, you know, like, it's kind of cool. I don't know. It's a little thing, but there's a trophy for it, so but yeah, what else? You can set your player name, which is, you know, by default just your account name. You can rename all the roads. Like, there's almost like a Fire Pro Wrestling vibe of, like, we don't have any of the licensed anything, but we'll let you rename stuff to whatever you want if you want to get it there. And I think that's kind of cool. But again, like, it's this game. You see its limitations. You see why it's not a full price release. I think my number one thing is just the environmental variety. Like, a lot of the game just kind of looks like this from what I've seen of it so far. But dude, like, I as someone who has been wanting a new Burnout game for a very long time, I think this is fucking awesome. Like, it's fucking awesome. Like, it has a ton of... There are a ton of things about it that you know, I think if you are picking it apart rationally, you go like, yeah, okay, the music is not great. The environmental variety is not great. Like, there should be more variety in the events. There's this, there's that. Like, I think there's a lot of very real stuff like that. And also, I am fucking really digging this game. So this is from the studio that was started by a bunch of the ex-Burnout, by a small handful of ex-Burnout developers. There are now, I think, a couple of different studios that could lay claim to from the developers of some Burnout games. I think Fuse Games is also potentially could lay claim to something resembling that as well. We ground it on down. We've Austin powered ourselves. Alex, so Honey Bucket in chat saying Alex Ward was not involved with this. Alex Ward was involved.
Any
with Alex Ward
billboards you've discovered?
I don't know what role everyone played, but Alex Ward is in the credits for this.
There are 3 different types of billboards to collect in Wreckreation.
Yeah.
Green ad breaks, red
Jonas
promo
Berry
stunts,
is
and
on
orange
this. Like, it's,
rectaculars.
yeah.
Smash all the billboards of each type to earn cool rewards.
I don't know. Yeah. You thought he left. I don't know what the. I don't know. I don't know who's where or anything at this point, but I can tell you his name is in the credits. Let's try and join an online game. Because this is, and if not, I'll try to create one. So we can at least look at the menus and options real quick. But this has been, I think this is the potential downfall of this game as well, is there's some really neat ideas for online in terms of stuff that, you know, like the co-op stuff that Burnout, the Burnout Paradise did. There's something resembling that here, and that has me very, very excited. But if you can't find other people playing it, it's going to be an unfortunate situation, right? I'll just create a match and we'll see. We'll load into something here. And I think I can at least like start a co-op thing so you can kind of see what the structure of it is.
When you host an online game, you become the game DJ. You can then grant guest DJ access to the others in the game via the live mix menu.
Land 5 barrel rolls.
Them to live mix the world with you. Cool, right?
Oh, so wait a minute. Okay, so not only do they have... Okay, so these are existing races and stuff, but okay, so they've got like stunt stuff that shows up when you're connected online. And these are numbered. So that's okay. So you can, I can go in here and I can like create and start challenges or whatever. But maybe I can't start this event without multiple people. It somehow thinks I'm trying to just change cars in the parking lot when I'm trying to start this event, but yeah, maybe you need multiple people to do it, and we don't have multiple people. Anyway, we can go in here to... okay, what is... Okay, so they have some challenges that they made. This stuff is different than it is on PC. These menus are different than they were on PC, I believe. So we can still enter this mode and still plop down ramps and stuff, but I was able to start like a series of co-op sessions, or co-op challenges, even though I was alone on PC. This stuff feels like it is, like these menus are literally different. That's weird. Like this stuff seems okay. Like, okay, so how many? Oh, I can't even see how many there are. It won't let me scroll. Oh. But this is what I want to do. I want to do co-op challenges like Burnout Paradise. I want to do like, oh, we've all got to spin off this ramp. There was one where you have to jump at each other and open your door that I saw, but I couldn't do because I was alone. Like that to me was the true magic of Burnout Paradise, was the crazy co-op stuff. And that's the thing I really want to do in this game. And if no one is playing it, it's going to be a fucking bummer. Oh, okay. So, okay, it looks like there's not much we can do here unless another player joins, which seems somewhat unlikely. But I'll switch over to PC, and we can take a look at that and see. Yeah, like I said, I bet that version won't run as I could. All right, let's do this the right way. Let's do this the right way. I'll turn on the other PC. And we will download this to that other PC real quick, like. Let's see. We'll quit out of this version. I will change my capture device over to... Where's the, oh, it's right in front of me. Over to the personal computer. There it is. Hello. All right. That's weird. I'm no longer hearing. Why would that not work? Why would I not hear the audio? Okay, well, look, I've got another way to tackle this. It just involves me turning this TV on, and then that should work. Yeah, like I see the bars moving. You're getting audio, but for whatever reason, I am not. I need this remote now to change the TV over to this because there's an optical out on the TV that I've routed through this stuff. There, now I can hear it. Okay. Oh, but I can't see it on this monitor, so I'm gonna have to turn my head. I'll have to turn my head when we play. Shit. That's fine. I'll turn my head and play over there. If I could find a way to, I think I need to, if I reduce color depth down to, because this capture device, the pass-through on it is very specific about what it'll pass and what it won't. And so even though it's capturing it just fine, the pass-through is not showing up on my pass-through monitor, which is very frustrating, but it is showing up behind me. I will just have to turn my head over here when the time comes. Is my ROG Xbox Ally X still kaput? So I fixed it without having to like fix it. It managed to, I managed to cloud recovery it. I talked about it on the podcast yesterday. But that thing got stuck in a boot loop where it was just booting up and saying, there's a problem, we're going to reboot. And then it would reboot and say, there's a problem, we're going to reboot. And eventually it went into automated recovery, and then that would fail, and then it would reboot 5 more times, and so on and so forth. I made my way into the BIOS and was able to do a cloud recovery. Even that failed the first time, and then it completed the second time, and then after that, it continued to boot loop another 5 or 6 times. Then it went into automated recovery on the Windows side, and then it worked. And then I had to reset my fingerprint and PIN number and everything. It trashed all of that information, but it didn't format the machine, at least. So at least there's that. You know, that's the sort of thing that, like, I was very close to going like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to like make an installable like Windows USB stick and just format this fucking thing. Which I was like, is it still gonna have, will the armory crate be where it needs to be if I don't have, you know, and like, yeah, so I did not have to like completely format the thing, at least. But I did get it to recover. But all I did was leave it turned off for, I think it was in sleep mode for like 20 hours. And then when I turned it back on, it was just fucked. It was very, very dumb. Weird reaction to that information on Threads, where I do occasionally post. You know, I posted something on there that just kind of said, "Oh, this thing's fucked." There's a bunch of people going, "This is clickbait," and this is that. It was like a bunch of people who were like leaping to the defense of the ROG Xbox Ally X, which seemed like a very weird fucking team to be on. But yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. We'll get this download finished here. And we'll try this version of the game out over here. I've not played it on the... Obviously, I'm installing it, but I have not played it on this PC. Yeah, I guess it was people from the Republic of Gamers, right? It must have been. But it was just on Threads. No one on Blue Sky said anything like that, and no one on Mastodon said anything because it's Mastodon. But yeah, this I'm Wreckreation. I'm really like it. It's hard to find a way to frame this and talk about it because, I mean, all I can really say is that it's hard. I'm very enthusiastic about this game, but I recognize it is not without flaw. And some people are really unhappy with this game for like when the Steam reviews of it are like brutal, but also a lot of the Steam reviews don't, I don't know, like a lot of the Steam reviews don't seem to understand that, yo man, this is a like smaller in scope version of Burnout Paradise. And if you like that, you'll at least understand where this game is coming from. And I think maybe that's the case, is like it is wrapped up in a lot of these kind of older ideas of like how this stuff it works and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I think this game is really cool. I think I would love for it to have more variety and you know, in the environment, but a lot of that other stuff here. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like it has like a good number of events and whatever. But the co-op stuff, like I'm really like, that to me is like going to end up being like this really frustrating thing. I think is like, man, that's potentially where the best parts of this game are locked away, and no one's ever going to know because there will not be enough of a population to experience that stuff organically, the way that we did when Burnout Paradise was released all those years ago. And so, like, I guess my recommendation on it ultimately is like a little tempered, because I do think it's such a specific thing. And I recognize that there are some people who really liked that specific thing years ago that might not want it now. And so it is, there's just multiple facets to it, right? But I'm I'm having a really good time with it, man. I don't know. Like, that's ultimately the short version of it is, I've been digging it. Here it is on PC. There's a 4090 in this machine. There's only a 4090 in this machine, so I don't know how this is going to run here. Also, it's probably running, like, it looks a little grimy. This is probably running at the wrong resolution. But like a lot of PC games these days, it just throws you in, and this game is really crazy. In that it does not have a traditional like settings menu. Yeah, this is definitely not the right resolution. We'll turn the music down a little bit more here just for our own sanity. But all of the PC settings are here in this pull-out menu, which is fucking bananas. Weird. That is the right resolution. Oh, that actually looks sharper now. Weird. We'll cap it at 60. That's fine. Yeah, fine. We'll leave all this at the default. But I think this is a bad way to handle these settings. It's like I have to get in game and then dick around with this stuff here with this controller only menu. Like, it should just have a more traditional settings menu. So I'll tell you up front here, I'm probably also going to play notably worse being further away from the TV and all that sort of shit. A lot of my times have been beaten since last night, so it's giving me all these things up in the corner. I guess I can just fast travel to the event and try to retake it, right? I think the car I have is actually faster than all this stuff. I want to say the top speed of this thing is like 2 something, and it still has the drift profile of this style of car, so I'm going to stick with this.
This is a race. Taking
A little hitchy. I wonder how well optimized this thing is overall. So, and you know, the kind of the weird thing here is that we're running the game in 4K, which I tend to prefer my games at 1440. And much higher frame rates. I really boned that up. So yeah, I wonder if there's just like, if maybe it is not so well optimized on some machines, because, you know, I've mainly been playing it with a 5090, and so, you know, throwing way too much power at it like that, maybe that's been covering up some potential frame rate issues. This seems mostly okay though. I don't know, maybe it's just hitchy on launch because it's an Unreal Engine game, and that's what Unreal Engine games do. Maybe they need to cook their shaders. Oh god. Jeez. Okay, I took back my best time on this race. So let's try and see what the online situation is. You kept getting dropped from online earlier. Yeah, I was trying to join a game last night and it was not connecting. So maybe there's just issues across the frickin' board, huh?
TFE
Okay.
Challenges gives you 100 challenges to complete together, featuring all the different combinations of gameplay in Wreckreation. Think you can tick off all 100?
Oh god. Does that count still? No, it does not count. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. It's fine. It's okay. We're okay. Drive away. That's right. That dude is going into the live mix mode and placing that ramp down, and I'm driving off of it as he is placing it, which is kind of neat. I don't know. Oh, he's trying to go. I should get out of his way. I think that, like, there's you want to have unlockables in your game, but I think having the creation tool set be something that you have to unlock by collecting these things around the world, I think is sort of not conducive to you actually building stuff like if they want people. What happened here? I am inside I'm clipped through something here, right? Is that, yeah. But it looks like he's just trying to collect stuff and not actually start events, so... I don't... As I am not the host of the game, I don't have a way to start events myself, so... Went under at that time. Palm trees. You could farm a lot of drift points out here, I see. Well, that guy's going to just keep going off that jump. So maybe we'll try the other game that was running. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, in its later years, the Burnout Paradise online experience was not entirely dissimilar to you joining a game and wanting to get some events going and the host just dicking around, which is frustrating to be here on the week of release. I'm not gonna be able to do that. What am I even thinking? All right. Let's try that one. Or maybe I'll just create one and see if anyone joins. If this one is not going well. But a single barrel roll. That is not a triple barrel roll at all. Oh God. It burns. All right. Whoa there, map. Stop that. What? Oh, do I have a mouse hooked up somewhere that's... There is a... There's a mouse hooked up to this machine somewhere. Hang on. There. Okay, he's behind me. That got real framey. Oh, what's going on? I wonder if that's just shader stuff or what, because it seems like it's like balancing out, but that's not gonna do it. Fair enough. Well, great. Now it doesn't... Oh, no, okay, no. That's... There. All right, I'm gonna try to create my own session and see if anyone joins it so that we can try to maybe do one of these co-op challenges. And we'll see how that goes. Are there any half pipes or hidden collectibles like San Francisco Rush? There's full pipes that you can drive on the ceiling and stuff, like little sewage tunnel type stuff that you can drive on. So if anyone joins up, maybe I'll try to do a co-op challenge or two before I gotta go. Yeah, I think that's like ultimately... If this game, the online stuff, you know, because it also obviously has on like online racing and you know, events like that too. It's not just the co-op stuff. But if no one's ever going to see it, like this game really probably needed cross-play to have a chance to, you know, find anybody else, to find anybody else playing it, you know? And that's sort of... Hopefully that's something that is on their post-release roadmap, but, you know, I guess I'm of two minds on it, because on one hand, you're never going to get a better chance than your launch to you know, get people into a thing and get them playing it. However, this game seems to have launched with like zero fanfare, and so you could maybe argue that it hasn't, it hasn't truly launched yet or something weird like that. I don't know. Let's try. Challenge 1. Must crash once into other players. All right, I have checked off. There's just one guy. Okay, there. Everyone did it. We win. Nice and easy. Wreckreation challenges. Host choice. Well, why? Okay, that made it look like the... There. Like this list was missing. Meet up the melon stall on West Shore. So they Burnout had these kind of challenges too, where it's just like everyone has to get somewhere and be somewhere at the same time. Oh god, my car. Oh god, the fire. I love that this stuff is in here, man. That's so awesome that they made this co-op stuff. To me, that was like the really like the beating heart of Burnout Paradise for me was the co-op challenges. And very, it feels like comparatively, like not a lot of people got to see those. Because, it required specific cooperation on a platform with mostly strangers and, not a lot of voice chat. And, and so sometimes you'd have to like put your fucking headset on to like go like, hey, asshole, drive to the melon stand, or whatever. Because you had 6 players all waiting. And if one of them quit, the whole challenge would cancel because of just, the way they built that stuff. And that was not great. So like engineering a better version of that, I think is super awesome. Like, I'm happy that they did it. But obviously, if the game doesn't get a decent player count, you're never gonna experience. It's kind of a different version of the same problem that Burnout ran into. I should turn, well, whatever. I was gonna say I should turn some of the distances up on, some of these things are set to medium or high instead of epic, and so I wonder, I bet the shadows and stuff would look a little better and further out if I had turned that stuff up. This is kind of all defaults, but I just want to drive, man. That's one of the sky tracks next to us there. It's like an elevated racetrack. Ah. The kind of back county nature of this game means that there's a lot of roads that do not have guardrails on the sides, which is generally not how... I think Burnout has been a game about you fucking up and then just riding the rail around the outside edge of a turn. And then sometimes them putting a nasty thing at the end of that turn where if you ride it all the way around, you will crash. And this... There are a lot of opportunities for you to just fly off into the fucking wilderness in this game because of the way a lot of the roads are designed. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's a lot of me flying off the road into the trees and going, oh shit, I guess I lost this race. Oh god. This is fine. It's not a race. We just all need to be there at the same time. If anything, racing to get there first just means you'll have the longest to sit around and do nothing. Alright, we're here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I sound like a fucking insane person. I love this. I love that this fucking exists, man. Maybe this is something that it is recapturing some part of a very much a you had to be there kind of thing. And maybe that's not going to resonate with very many people. Maybe you have to be a real specific kind of lunatic to be like, no, we sat there and this new game you can open the doors and that's pretty awesome too. Maybe you have to be a real specific type of person to truly land 22 yards of air in a single jump. Everyone must achieve challenge target. That seems very doable. I mean, there's a ramp right here. Who knows where it goes? But I bet we can hit 22 yards off it. Oh god, we're going to die. I have spawned in the air. Okay, I guess it counted my jump. We did it. All right. Let's see. Maybe we can try one more here. What do I have to wait for this to... This is wonky. There's something that is causing the menu to not show here for some chunk of time, and I don't know what the deal is there. That is something that seems like it needs to be fixed. Like, we're out of that challenge, so it's not like we're still stuck in that challenge, and it's not like... I don't think any of the other players are in a menu, because it usually shows that up by their name. Right now it says that I am P. There, challenges. Drift for at least 55 yards. Stay in the location to score. Is this the location? Or will we not... Drive to Triple Rock Bend. Okay, so this is not the location. at my watch. Crash my car. That happens in real life too. That Need for Speed game, there was the 2012 Need for Speed Most Wanted, had some stuff like this. Oh God, I just need to drift. Was that 22 yards? That was not. Oh God. Now I'm fucking it all up. Dude, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Oh God, I just feel like I'm not... Is it that I'm not drifting long enough? Didn't it say 22 yards? If I let this expire, will that count it? Okay, there. It's checking me off. We just need to be here. Do we all need to be in the circle at the same time now in order for it to fully register? Because I'm checked off. There. Very curious. Very curious. Oh, did I need to get here and now? Okay, now it's start challenge. I see. So everyone has to get here first. And now you drift. That's okay. There, I did it. Okay, so the host has to like activate the next phase. That's sort of weird. Cool. And so now that it's gone to challenge complete, then it's okay. Yeah, I see. All right. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for me. For now. That's Wreckreation, man. It checks so many of the boxes of what I would be looking for out of, like, hey, check it out. It's a, you know, it's a new sort of Burnout kind of thing. But, you know, it definitely seems like something that still needs some work, right? Like, it's still got some pretty rough edges. With you know, even just like, I think some of those online menus could probably stand to be, yeah, like having it seems like the challenges just sometimes take a little long to complete, so before you can start the next one, like that was a little awkward. Nurikip asked, does it feel a step further from their previous game? Yeah, it does. And, you know, but that's a hard conversation to have, because I think it gets into everyone's, like, specific preferences around, like, do they like open world Burnout or non-open world Burnout? I think they're both pretty fucking awesome. Like, I like Burnout 3 and 4 just fine, and Burnout Paradise is awesome too. So I don't, you know, I'd probably put more hours into Burnout Paradise than the other two games. But you know, their previous game is much more in line with like Burnout 3. And so it's much more like select a course, do a race, and so on, you know, and I think it was pretty effective for that. Like I think some of the things you would say about this game, you would say about that game. Because like you know, it's budget like stuff where you go like, you know, if this just had a little more this, a little more polish here, a little more, you know, in that game, in Dangerous Driving, instead of having a soundtrack, they just let it, they created a Spotify integration. And so you would log into your Spotify account and it would play songs that way, which actually was kind of smart. If you're not going to have the budget to go do a big soundtrack, like that's an interesting way to do it. Here, they have a bunch of kind of, you know, no name, no artist radio stations that just, you know, are kind of broken up by genre, but none of it really sticks out. And so I think that's kind of, I don't know. I don't know that that's a better, like it has a soundtrack and you can say that, but I don't know that it's necessarily better than just like, because I think my solution is still like, I'm going to turn this music down and play my own. But it's a similar scenario, right? Where it's like there's just this game feels held back by a handful of, you know, constraints that are probably totally reasonable for their team size and all that. I think they have accomplished a lot here when it comes to creating a style of racing game that just kind of doesn't exist anymore. And as a fan of that specific style and that specific franchise, like that's, I'm pretty happy about it. But it is a very specific style. And so if you don't have that foundation and you don't really care about that stuff, it's very easy to see someone play, like loading this game up with like kind of modern racing game expectations and being like, what the fuck is this? like what am I even looking at? But I look at it and go like, oh, look at that. They did this just like Burnout. Like they made a lot of the same choices. I think you could also argue that like it's been, what, 18 years, you know, however long it's been, revisiting those choices and making different choices might have resulted in a better game. You know, maybe they could have pulled off something that was a little sleeker and smoother in a few ways had they not stuck so closely to a lot of the Burnout Paradise blueprint. And I think that's kind of a toss up. I don't really know what the answer to that question is, but on paper, the stuff about creating races and sharing races sounds cool. I think, you know, if they build in a bunch of community features that make it easier for people who don't have friends playing the game to see more parts of the game, in terms of the road specific leaderboards and shared courses and whatever else, I think that there's something here. But I think if they're going to rely on people to have built up friends lists full of people that are playing Wreckreation, that's, you know, that'd be nice, but I don't know that that's something that is, you know, a guarantee. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, like there are aspects of this that I'm a little bit torn on, but I do think that, you know, what you're getting for the money. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm trying to like work through a lot of the kind of ins and outs of this thing. But the thing I would say is, like, all of that stuff aside, I'm really, really enjoying it. As someone who very much wants a new Burnout and recognizes that the chance of another one be obviously like a new game with the word Burnout on the bottom, like, it's just not going to fucking happen. You know, like I was saying on the podcast yesterday, EA's not even going to make another fucking Need for Speed, maybe. You know, Criterion is a Battlefield studio. If they wanted to make a new Need for Speed, they'd have to go probably build. I mean, is Ghost Games still even a thing? I guess it's EA Gothenburg now. They renamed it at some point to not just be Ghost Games. That's okay. So yeah, in 2020, they were going to move Need for Speed back to Criterion, and then Ghost Games was going to be an engineering support studio across all of EA. And that's when they renamed the studio and laid some folks off. And so at some point, EA Gothenburg became more of a Frostbite engine team and not a driving game team. But then Criterion, you know, has since been converted into a Battlefield studio. I mean, just like I think just when you think about it from a numbers perspective and the types of games that EA is likely to make, like the moves of what studio is labeled what and whatever kind of don't matter. You just look at it and go like, is EA likely to make a new Need for Speed game anytime soon? Is that the type of bet they're likely to place when that franchise has maybe been more off than on over the last 10 or 15 years now? Basically since 2012, I don't know, like ever since they decided to just call a game Need for Speed and put those fucking cutscenes in it, like everything is from there on. I know there are some people who came away from Unbound really enjoying it, but I am not one of those people. And so I don't know. It just seems very unlikely that EA is going to make another Need for Speed, let alone a Burnout game. And so with all of that kind of weighing on this as well, I think that this is mostly successful at duplicating the thing that they set out to duplicate. You could argue that the thing they tried to duplicate is old and could have been freshened up in a number of ways. And I would like to see them, in a weird way, make another one of these. Dangerous Driving 3, a Wreckreation 2, that moves past, like, here's what would have been the future of Burnout, like, you know, kind of move into their own. But also, I don't know, man. I'm really having a good time with it. And I'm really having a good time with it. I'm having a hard time recommending it. I think ultimately that's where it all kind of stands right now. I think I would maybe, as much as I personally want there to be more people playing the game so that I can do co-op stuff, I think my advice right now is to see what their next move is. I hope that they, you know, I think there's some work to be done just to clean it up. You know, it could run a little better. It could, you know, some of the menus could be a little bit smoother. Like, there's just stuff like that I think could be cleaned up post-release. And I'd be curious to see what their plans are for it moving forward, because I think if they could build in something that was more akin to like a Trackmania style, like you need a very easy way to create and share levels and then race on user created racetracks. Like, I think if there was something along those lines that just like, okay, I want to go play a multiplayer race. Like, there's no real way to do that because you have to go join a session and then hope that the host of that session wants to start a race, and then you need to go do that and start a race. Like there kind of just needs to be multiplayer hoppers in addition to that, where you just go like, let me drive the cars against humans, and you go and do that. Need for Speed Most Wanted, the Criterion edition, not the Razor Callahan edition, tried to sort of do it both ways, where they did it was actually like Mario Kart just stole it. Like Mario Kart World just kind of stole some of that stuff, where they went like, oh, you do a race, then you drive to the next race, then you do the race. Like Need for Speed Most Wanted kind of did that, and it was a way for them to sort of integrate a little bit of the flavor of some of the co-op of Burnout, but it didn't really do it all the way. And I have to get going. I have to get going here. But I hope everyone has a great rest of your Wednesday. Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday. We'll rank some 8-bit Nintendo games. And that's Wreckreation. I'll see you soon.